Hello and welcome to Cloud Tech Talks. This is Pritesh. I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to talk about one of the most easily adopted cloud solutions, and you can think of it as one of the areas in infrastructure as a service, which kind of becomes a way to test the water in terms of cloud if you haven't really made that journey to the cloud, right? What am I talking about? I'm talking about testing and development. So as the name suggests, the workload itself is better known as testing and development, and in this video I'm going to run through some of the use cases and business benefits of testing and development, how people use it to migrate leveraging infrastructure as a service. So let's get started with the use cases. The first use case that I want to talk about is the testing and development of platform as a service solutions or applications, right? So most of the corporate environments these days, they require some form of mobile application, either it's internal facing or customer facing, in order to enhance their customer experience and to help better reach consumers on a great scale, right? How do you make sure that this application works as per the needs of a consumer and it's really good enough to be implemented on a mass level, right? That's where testing and development of a PaaS environment comes into picture, because using this test and dev feature, you can simply fire up an environment on a scale of 10, maybe 50 or 500 users and get them all to use the platform as a service environment on a temporary basis, understand what's working, what's not working, and then once you have the full final blueprint of the project, you can take it to the next level in terms of deploying the solution at scale and marketing it as well. So that's the first use case. The second one that I will talk about is more about qualifying the cloud level features and other IT management aspects, right? So you don't want a half-fledged solution to go to a consumer where you are not able to control certain aspects of the application. Sometimes there are bugs, sometimes there are lags and applications don't work as they are supposed to. Even certain functionality which are being leveraged from the cloud are is it seamlessly connected? Does it work on all operating systems, all kinds of devices, all kinds of latest and greatest of operating systems or not? All of these are nitty-gritties that you need to qualify from an application perspective. So this is the second use case I wanted to talk about. The third one is more from the perspective of assessing the performance, security and scalability before you migrate users to the application, right? So how secure is the application? Does it have any vulnerability to be exposed to any kind of theft of data, or does it have any bugs in terms of performance? Is it really scalable? Is it able to handle the amount of users, the kind of workloads that you're pushing on an application itself? What happens when, let's say, 100,000 people download the app? Does it still function? Does it crash? Right? All of these assessments can be done well in advance using the test and dev environment. And lastly, you can think of it as being able to plan a gradual cloud lift and shift. So today you decided to migrate one set of application or one set of services to the cloud, but leveraging the test and dev, you can actually create a proper project roadmap in terms of how many applications will go into the cloud at what time, and there will come a day where everything will reside in the cloud and you won't have to essentially manage that infrastructure from a local perspective, right? So planning the roadmap in terms of migration to the cloud is one of the key use cases for testing and development. Now I want to touch upon some of the business benefits of testing and development. So to start off with, the first one is, first off, it's built for all kinds of platforms and all kind of applications that you want to use, right? So whether it's Windows, Mac, Linux or Android, any kind of operating system, whether it's on mobile devices or computing devices, you can actually build and scale to all environments. So that's the first business benefit of being able to use a testing and development environment. Second, the most important fact is the speed at which you can do it, right? In a matter of seconds these days, you are able to actually start up test and dev environment, which was near to impossible in the without leveraging cloud in the past. Thirdly, because it's so fast, you can scale it up and you can actually do high fidelity testing for some of the heavy application workloads as well. It need not be just the basic apps. You can migrate all kinds of applications to the cloud, and these days it's become more of a requirement for a lot of end users, a lot of companies serving end users, even if it's critical services such as banking or insurance or everything that you used to go physically to visit in terms of a service is now being delivered through applications or through such remote experiences. So how can you do it at a scalable level for all kinds of applications? And last but not the least, you can to a great extent minimize the amount of time you waste and maximize the control that you have over applications, and lower your overall expenditure in terms of cost. Go on a OpEx model, so the moment you have a scale up in terms of your users, not only does your cost rise, but also your revenue and your overall adoption for the application rises in comparison, right? So it's not that you're paying for 100,000 instances when you only have 100 people using your application on day one. So that's in a nutshell the business benefits and the use cases for testing and development as part of infrastructure as a service. I hope you liked it. If you want to know more, please write in the comments as to what you would like me to deep dive into. Any queries, any feedback, most welcome. Until next time, this is Pritesh signing off from Cloud Tech Talks. Thank you and have a good one.